what we have taken as an approach in our department with multimodal assignments is the starting point is understanding the affordances of the different types of digital space or modes of composition. So we usually will I will usually start by having a discussion with students about the affordances of the different modes. And that's a common starting point regardless of the way the actual assignment plays out. So we have them talk about video. What are the affordances of using it? What do you gain? What do you lose? We talk about this in the same way about the printed page and about sound and any other way that they could maybe think of that would be a different mode. So I challenge them to identify modes, and then I challenge them to talk about the benefits and drawbacks of each one of those. So that's a common starting point with regardless of the assignment when we're talking about multimodality.
I want students to realize that meaning changes depending on the medium you use. I love Marshall McLuhan's phrase, the medium is the message.
Yes.
That has guided a lot of the work that I do because I really love to juxtapose how meaning is made through a variety of different media. So some assignments that I'll have students do are translation assignments where they take a message that's being communicated in one medium, print or visual or sound or moving visual film, and translate it in a different medium. So that's always been fun, like to take a visual text and even make it a written text, or to take a written text and make it a visual, make it a web text. What are the affordances of these various media? And how do we figure out how the meaning changes depending on what medium we use? So students still really are, they're enamored by media enough still that they're not always paying attention to the ways in which the meaning is affected by the affordances of various mediums.
I get a little frustrated sometimes when I hear people say, oh, we're doing multimodal work, it's a video. You know, the only reason that that's multimodal is if it within the video itself is working, as students are actually thinking about the materials that they're working with, and they're thinking about the relationship between the visual and the audio. But for me, when I start thinking about multimodal work, it's not only that video, but does that video, is it operating in tandem with maybe something else that might be more reflective, or something from the author, him or herself, talking about the process of making that, and that might actually be an alphabetic print, or there might be a component of audio, or maybe the documentary is not just the video itself. The video might be interview footage that goes along with a gallery of images, photo images, maybe with a gallery of some historic documents, those kinds of things. And so when the students start piecing all that together, that to me is where multimodal work comes in, not only in the text they're producing, but the kind of thinking that they're doing and the kind of composing that they're doing. And they're having to think all the time, they're having to think rhetorically about why they would choose to represent some data or an interview or a story using one of those particular modes.